Hello. Thought I'd come see if you needed help or had any questions about anything. It's been pretty busy lately, and I wanted to make sure you weren't overlooked. A team can only be successful if everyone is on the same page. The last thing I want is for you to fall behind. You're relatively new, so it can be difficult to have your voice heard, but you seem to have gotten into the swing of things rather quickly. I'm impressed by your adaptability, but I always knew you'd be a great addition. It looks like your desk has become quite cluttered, but this time it's flowers and candy, instead of files and reports. Must be a refreshing change, don't you think? I think the color of those roses suits your personality, and I believe you've mentioned that brand being your favorite. You look conflicted. Is something wrong? Usually when someone receives a gift, there's a much more enthusiastic look. If it's not the roses and candy, then your disappointment stems from something else. Do you know who it's from? Ah, a not-so-secret admirer. I suppose the anonymous route was an interesting way to confess, but it is Valentine's Day after all. So, how did you find out who they're from? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I could have sworn you said he told you. Who do you believe sent you these gifts? Him? That... Of course he's trying to win your favor by stooping so low. I've never been fond of people that try taking credit for work that isn't theirs, lying to ride off another's effort. Pathetic. And to think that he would so shamelessly and blatantly lie to you. It's pitiful. I apologize. I'm getting myself worked up. After all, your feelings are what matter. Do you... how should I say this? Like him? In any capacity. Good. Well, I shouldn't... No, never mind. But I will tell you now, he did not get you those roses. Nor do I think he would be attentive enough to know your favorite candy. I bought it all for you. I wanted to keep it anonymous because I didn't think it was important. You deserve it. So why should it matter if it's from me? But I won't allow that weasel to deceive you. You owe him nothing. Same as to how you owe me nothing. I just wanted to give you a token of appreciation, and I expect nothing in return. So don't feel pressured into giving me anything back. And just to be sure you know the truth, I can recite the message on the card. Without even a glance, I know what's written. Your hard work doesn't go unnoticed, and your companionship is valued. Although this day may be one centered around romance, I felt it would be a good time to inconspicuously show my gratitude. I hope to see your career flourish, as would be fitting for such a magnetic personality. From a fellow employee. I came up with so many drafts. It was nearly impossible to decide on what I wanted to say. It was either too short or too long, too cold or too, emotive. But I feel like that message was ideal. It conveyed everything I wanted it to, I think. Look, I'm not good with pretty words. Most of the time I try, it sounds like it belongs in a business email. I don't want to make this uncomfortable for you in any capacity. You can take this as a simple, kind gesture, if you want. But I will say, you look much more at ease now that you've learned I was the one who got you these. That relief is rather obvious. Perhaps you have the same apprehension towards him as I do. I don't like the way he acts, especially towards you. He tries too hard to seem approachable. It radiates inauthenticity. If he ever crosses a line, tell me. I'll handle him immediately. Although, after today, I'll most likely have a discussion with him about his behavior. So, you won't have to deal with that. But aside from that, I do hope you liked your gifts. I wanted to get you something that represented you, and something you would enjoy. I thought it would be best to keep it simple. And with all the florists preparing Valentine's Day, I made sure your bouquet would be perfectly in bloom. Only the best would be acceptable for you. If I might say, you have a quite comforting smile. It's one that I've become fond of. It pairs well with your charming presence. You've brought a fresh breath of life into here. Every day that I walk in and see you, it makes me feel invigorated. It's easy to prioritize a paycheck, but working with you, I want to produce results I'm proud of. Now, I've never felt my work was lackluster, but there's always room for improvement. Or maybe it's simply that I wanted to spend more time with you. Just you. I consider those I work with as acquaintances only. I haven't struck up friendships that extend into my personal life. But I find myself wanting to know more about you. It's confusing to me, since I've never felt this kind of pull towards someone. And if I'm completely honest with myself, the flowers and candy were an excuse to try and tell you this. I wanted to see your reaction first and go from there. You've neither laughed in my face or shown me any disgust. I find that slightly encouraging. I would like to ask you to join me for lunch one day. My treat. I prefer a less romantically dependent day, so that we're less pressured. I want to know you as a person first, letting anything that might happen develop naturally. I will say, you're a lovely person, and I'll be fortunate to have the opportunity to get to talk to you outside this professional setting. I'm happy to be your date, so to speak. We can discuss the details later. Oh, before I forget. Happy Valentine's Day. Hello again. If you happen to enjoy this audio, then might I suggest subscribing to the channel. Or, for your own preferences, you can order a personalized audio at anigomi.com/commissions. May we meet again soon.